What's up, guys? Will here again. It's been a while since I made a video recapping anything. We're gonna get right into this. I'm gonna break down DWAC. It's the new Trump social media truth platform that he's coming out with. Starting I think beta trials next month, and then set to launch first quarter of 2022. Okay, DWAC. I first saw this randomly reading news feeds of some people that I follow on Twitter and different outlets that I source through, and it came across my phone at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I was like, Trump's opening or merging with this back to start his own social media platform, and I knew that he had been trying to do this for a while. I knew that I thought for the longest time it was going to be Salem. SALM was a media company, and I had been I've been stalking that one, waiting for something to come out, but nothing ever came from it. And then when this hit, I was just like, wow, I knew it. I knew this was going to be huge. I didn't know it was going to rip to 175, but I knew that there was massive potential here. And I even said this, timestamp at 1:01 p.m. in Abu Dhabi. That's around 4 or 5 in the morning in Eastern time. That DWAC. Okay, this one can get silly very quickly looking for a volume at the open. And then I saw volume pre-market. I saw it rip from $10, which is where the SPAC was valued at, to almost 20, I think. Um, just pre-market before most American traders can even trade through their brokers. And then I was like, wow. And then the volume was insane pre-market. And so it pulled back, around 7 a.m. And that's why I ended up buying. And I was trying to be conservative. I ended up buying 5,000 shares at like $10.70, 10.70. And then, we go to the chart. Yeah, I mean, it was insane. So this is, you know, around where I bought it at 10.70. 10.70 was my average. And then the strength was just unreal. I mean, look at this volume. Absolutely crazy, crazy volume. It was just so strong. And a lot of people got trapped right here in this range. This is what caused this range of potential weakness that wasn't weakness. A lot of short sellers got in here thinking that 50 was the top of this, the top, because it was from 10 to 50 in one day is massive, right? And I thought the same thing. And so I'm surprised I held this long, but I was selling, from 38 to 48. I was letting it all go. The 5,000 shares. And I thought that I was winning until I woke up the next day. And then I saw this and I was just like, wow, that's how much I left on the table. But, you really can't be mad at these, but because you have to lock in the gains that you have, because you don't never know when they're going to fall down the way it just happened right here, right? Don't, this is a short squeeze. From this to this, shorts were trapped in this overnight, and then they were trapping it out the gate pre-market, and they got squeezed. And then it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It fucking ripped. Oh, excuse me, it ripped, and then it pulled back down. And I killed it. I bought this dip, and I bought this dip. And, I might not have held it overnight, but that was the safer thing to do. And, you have to be safe, because if you're not, you can get taken advantage of, and the market will humble you very, very quickly. And so, yeah, massive. And so, I've just been watching it ever since then. So I don't know what's going to happen to it, but I know it's not done yet. With this one, there's so much information there's so many details that we still don't have. And so until the details of this, acquisition merger happen, share structure, what everything's going to look like, we don't really have the value. And so it's all hype at this point. And you have to go, when you're trading that way, you have to go off of the volume. And we just haven't seen it the way we saw it day one. But we've had some solid consolidation. I actually re-entered yesterday around 66, I believe, because I was like, okay, maybe we turn off of this area. I saw it here, I saw it here, I saw it here, and I saw it here. But look down at the volume. Where's the volume at? The volume is between 40 and really, low 50s. and you have to base your support off of the volume. And so, I took a loss on it. When my entry was my risk, because as soon as it fell down, I was like, all right, I'm out. Lost a few $1,000, wasn't a big deal. And then I just waited. I waited for it to figure out what it wanted to do. And, I saw it, touch around, low 50s in this range for a while. And then, pre-market today, I saw it touch 52, 53. And I went back over here and I saw, okay, what's happening at that area? There's massive volume in this area. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? I wanted an entry. Really, I wanted an aggressive entry. 38 to 40 would have been amazing. That's what I wanted to load the boat with. But I was like, I don't know if that's going to happen. So I entered at 54.50. I bought 20. I'm not even going to talk about how many shares I bought, but 54.50 is my entry. And it was also, the day low was my risk. So I was like, okay, 54.50 is my entry. If it breaks 52, I'll cut it and I'll wait and then I'll enter here. That was my plan. And so you always have to have a plan when you go into a trade. We'll go into that a little bit later. And so today, it first green day, it was decent. The volume was all right, 30, 40, 50. I'm not sure what it was, but the volume was decent today. And it touched 74. So I could have very easily let it go here or here, but I didn't, because I want to see the retest of 100. I want to see it come back and test 100. I want to see it come back and test 120. This is the area I want to get in out. I want to get out at. I want to see it before the details, before everything comes out. I want to see more volume come into this and another test of the highs before it eventually collapses and, ends up around this range, ideally. And so that's my plan moving forward with this. Got to throw a shout out to Unusual Wells. They're the first person who I saw post the PR, and then I was like, I knew it was going to be huge. And then look, another reason why I swung it overnight is we have Trump appearing on this as a special guest on whatever show this is tomorrow, 28 October, 7:30 p.m. You already know he's going to pump it. Like, he's the number one promoter in this era next to Elon Musk. And so that's, the catalyst is Trump. You can't say anything else besides that. Look what happened during coronavirus. He was on television so much. Anytime he mentioned a name, you go to the market and you go to your chart and you see what happens to that stock. And now he's going to have his own social media platform. People love to hate Trump. People absolutely love to hate Trump. What does that mean? People are going to actually, the people that love Trump are going to buy it because they love Trump. The people that love the momentum are going to buy it because they're momentum traders, and people that love to hate Trump are going to short the fuck out of it because they love to hate Trump and anybody who supports Trump. And you see what happens when you test the waters, man. From 10 to 175 in 2 days. Not even 2 days. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, I'll tell everybody, you can hate whoever you want. The stock market's not political. It will humble you. But at the same time, if you know how to take advantage of it, there's money to be made here. And so I'm swinging it overnight from my average at $54.50. I didn't want 70. I didn't want 60. I'll cut it at my stop loss at 52 before I take profits at 70, because I know it's going to go to 100. I know it's going to go to 120. This is what I want. This is what I expect. Yeah. So the interview tomorrow, I'm looking for that as a catalyst to see what it does. Some other things that I'm watching that are running in sympathy to this are, Pun. Where's that at? Not sure what the news on Pun is, but they're trading. The chart is following DWAC, and so there's some other association with Trump here. And the other one that is probably more, I don't know, risk reward favorable would be Benny. This is another SPAC that is the same CEO that's running DWAC has control over this one. And you can see what it did 2 mornings, from 10 to 19, back all the way down into the, 10s to 19. I mean, 100% swing zone and nearly just off of strictly hype. So as soon as DWAC goes up, this one's going up also. This one has a whole different catalyst behind DWAC that, you can look into separately. I personally own, I got a bunch of this one. Just, it's valued at $10 at the SPAC itself. So we're pretty much at value here. So just take that into consideration. But look for this to run with, and PUN, PHUN, to run with DWAC when it goes. Salem also ran a little bit, not much. SALM. I'm not really looking at that anymore. But you have to be careful with your entries. Don't forget that it's up from $10 a share, and so where you buy it is very important. You can't just buy it. Let's say tomorrow it opens, it gaps up to 70, and you want to buy it and run. No, you can't do that. You have to be safe with your entry. You have to have a plan. I can't really emphasize that enough. How do you develop your plan is important. You have, whenever you're considering buying a stock, the first thing you have to do is look at the chart, the short-term chart and the long-term chart, and you identify your entries and exits based off of that. Like, why did I enter at 50 in this area right here? Because I thought it was support. Why did I think it was support? Because all the volume, the massive volume, was in this range. So I know there's support in this range. Is there support anywhere else? Not really. Not really. This volume right here is just a squeeze. People, short sellers who hate Trump, were getting fucked here. I mean, that's what it was. You have to identify your entries and exits based off of that. The share structure. What's the share structure look? I mean, the share structure on this one, the float is around 30 million. It's beautiful. Like, it's so low. I mean, it could rip even higher. I mean, Trump's been quiet, but as soon as he starts speaking, this thing is going to go back into the hundreds. That's why I think tomorrow is big potential for that. But I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I have a safe entry, so I'm comfortable with where I'm at. And then the daily volume, you have to look for volume confirmation. Is the volume there? Why did this happen? It happened because of this. Bottom line. When it ran from 10 to 50, short sellers thought, okay, this is an easy short. Didn't happen. They got ripped. And what's the catalyst? The volume's there. Is it a strong catalyst? What's stronger than the name Trump? I'll ask you that. Opening his own social media platform. People hate Trump. I don't even care about Trump or the hate or anything. I'm just like, it's a strong catalyst in itself. Very strong. Low float, strong catalyst, volume's there. It's going to rip. Always. So, have your plan. Don't FOMO in. Look for this one to run tomorrow. Look for PUN and Benny to run with it. Maybe we'll get a dip buy at the open. Maybe we don't. But I realistically, I think I could sell this tomorrow in the 90s, but I want 120. I think when he comes on television, I think it's a possibility. Anyway, guys, before I get off, all trades are verified here. That was my dip buy on day 2. That was my profits on day 1. And I'm holding some size on it right now. If you want to learn how to trade, if you want to get into trading, Tim Sykes. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I've been in this for 2 years. You already see the proof in the pudding. I'm also a member of the Honest Crook, Mark Crook's options trading. I haven't traded any options yet, but I'm learning and I love it. Just some food for thought. I post all my trades and what I'm thinking here live on Twitter. I also have a private chat group that I do, but that's really just for close friends. Nothing significant. Yeah. This is the catalyst tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoy the video. We'll see what happens. Take it easy.